Alright guys, well today I'm back in the garage. Got the portable set, the portable work set going on, already set up. And today we're going to work on the famous phone holder. So just looking for something for the nightstand at night, something for my daughter. She can put it on there and we'll see how it goes. There's plans all over the internet. Everyone has their own customization of this, but we're gonna do this without plans today and see how it goes. I got this little 1x6 here. I think this is all the wood I'll need. Might use some scraps here, but I really don't have plans. I'm just kind of making it as I go, and I have no idea how this is going to work out, but I got an idea in my head, so follow along. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is, I got this 1x6, and we're gonna work on our base. So we got a few different things that make the phone holder. You got the base, you got the legs, the stands, and then you get the actual, chair that the phone sits in. And so right now we're gonna work on the base, then we'll work on our legs, and then we'll work on the chair for the phone. So I think I'm gonna take it back about, 4 inches, and then we'll go from there. Gotta square it out first.
Alright guys, after hours at it, some of you may be wondering why or how I can use my chop saw on the ground like that. I've been a wood floor installer for many years. I grew accustomed to it. When you got your line marked out, you can see your line a lot easier, throwing your thumb on the guard, and that way you got your saw blade that lines up with your mark. Grew accustomed to it. It's natural for me. Maybe one day I'll switch over to the shop saw where I got a portable, not a portable, but rolling cart where I can set my chop saw on, and then set up more of a shop setup. So going that direction, but we'll see how it goes.
Alright guys, I'm visually just putting this together. Like I said, I don't have plans, so this is going to be the base. 1 by 5.5. It's 3/4, but it's a 1x6 board. You got 1 by 5.5, and then I went 3.5 inches deep. Now we're going to work on our legs. I got this 1.5 inch rip board. We're going to use that. Alright, we're going to end up cutting an angle on this. Not sure what the angle is going to be, but I got 1.5, and then I just took it up about 6 inches. That way we get the right placement, and then we can work out the angle. And then this part right here will get cut off. So not too worried about how long it is. We're just using some scrap wood. Next thing we got to do is figure out placement of those legs. So we got to find our on-center marks and then equally space it. That way they can be separated equally on the board. As you can see, I got the base divided into half, and then I took that, divided that into half, so I got 4 equal parts. I put my 2 stands, my legs, on center between the first and the second, and the third and the fourth. And then I got my marks right here for on center. So that's half the distance, and then we'll get these secured to there, and then we'll work on our angle. Alright, so this right here is going to be the base of the chair for the phone. This is where the phone's going to sit, and I want the back to sit on top of this. That way you have just enough. You have a 1/4 inch lip, and then you got the wall that sits right here, the back of the chair. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so this right here is a base of a chair for phones, so the phone can sit. Alright, so this is the part I've been debating. I got my back, and then I want the phone to be able to sit like this, or like this, vertical or horizontal. But when the phone is sitting like this, I want there to be enough height on the back, so that way the phone, it carries the weight, that the back carries the weight from the phone, that the phone doesn't topple over. So I want to go high enough, because if I went short for the vertical, it's not going to be enough height for the phone to really rest. And then how to combine the two. So I think I'm just going to do a simple arch, like a round over. That way I got enough back for the phone to sit when it's sitting horizontal. Like this. Or when it's like this, it's not going to be an eyesore. And we'll do something right there, like a round over edge or something like that. Alright, and here we got our back. Let's see. There we go. That's where the phone will sit. Like that. And we got vertical, horizontal.
Okay, after hours at it. So in looking at this is where my creative overthinking was getting the best of me, and I was trying to come up with a different solution for the back, come up with some kind of design detail, anything that I was drawing. I just wasn't happy with it, and decided to keep just the normal arch that I had and to roll with it. I figured that it was better to just leave well enough alone. So that's what I did, and I was happy with the results.
All right, so what we got here, we got our base, we got our legs, we got our chair. So now I'm going to start adding just a round over edge with the rider table. I'll take it around the top, and then I'll take it around the four sides. That way those are rounded over. And then this one right here, I'm going to take it up and over on the front and the back. And then I'm just going to take a light sand on this. I'm going to round over this as well with the router. So the front and the back, and then leave these, we'll need these for support. Alright, so this is what I didn't want. I wanted this to square off with that. Didn't realize I was taking this all the way in. I wanted this, and the back, but not that. So I'm gonna redo this piece and keep on going. Alright, so this is what I didn't want. I wanted this to square off with that. Didn't realize I was taking this all the way in. I wanted this. Alright, so I got this mag clip here, MagSafe holder, and it has the right angle that I'm looking for. So I'm just using this as a template on my saw, and we'll set the angle for that. We'll just use that angle.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and chime in right here. So this angle ended up being a 22.5, which is very common, you know, when you install baseboard on the rounded corners, or basically it's a 45 by half. And so you're looking at an angle of 22.5, and there's a preset on most chop saws. When doing this, you can see that when you put the blocks on the fence, you don't want to cut a 22.5, you actually want to cut it on the side. So what you need is you need a block to set your, like a template or a jig, I don't know what you would call it, but you need a block right there. That way you can set it up against. Now, this is what I did. I ended up losing the footage on the legs that I was working on, so I just grabbed a clip from another project I was working on, same angle, but I was cutting from the middle as opposed to going all the way to the top. This angle is actually a 30 degree in the video, but the one that I was cutting for the phone holder was actually a 22.5, and I went all the way to the edge. So just wanted to explain that was the process. We'll get back to the video now. Alright, I got my legs cut. They're gonna go right here. Phone holder, it's gonna go right there. Okay. Now we gotta match it up. Put some tape lines down. Make sure when I glue it, nail it together, that it is in the same spot. I'm thinking maybe what we'll do is we
make sure that these are at the same depth, so that when this goes on this, that it's at the same, that it's parallel. So I'm going to use this board, attach it to this. That way my spacing at the top is flush with something flat. That way when I go to, then I can remove this, put this on, and then it'll work. So here's the challenge in this. I want to be able to secure this to this using nails and glue from the back, from underneath this, going this way. So I want to place them accordingly, and I need to secure them. That way when I go nail them, they're in the right position. So I need to be able to mark lines, use tape, but I don't want the tape to be between this and this. So I'm just gonna put tape on the sides, maybe down the middle, but I want to leave this little bit of wood right here. So I just do the outside. That way I can draw my lines, line it up the best I can, and that way I can line it up the best I can. Tape right here, here, run the perimeter, and then maybe tape right here. That way I can line it up and go from there. All right, got my base, I got my legs, they are glued, everything's on center, and I use that block to template up here. That way, when I did nail them, that they were at the same, that they were level with each other, and then pop some pin nails down here. These are 18 gauge brad nails. That with the glue, that will hold this together. I'll put some wood putty in here and then we'll stain it over. So that's my base. And then here's the chair. I line it up on the back. This right here, just a back feature. I'm gonna sand this off once it gets a little secure and hardened up. Then I'll take the sander. I'll make sure this right here smoothens out. This right here, that way it's all nice and smooth, one piece. And then right here, I cut the little angle cut the little notch for the power cords. That way when the phone sits like this, it can still be plugged in. And then I'll sand this off and ease these edges right here as soon as it hardens up. And I put some nails down here. I'll put some wood putty in these, and then we will attach the two, something like that. That way when the phone sits, we're looking at something, depends on the height that I put it. I gotta sit down and measure it out, but I can go anywhere between right here to, right there. So I'm gonna see what the good balance is, and then we'll secure it.